All right, so I do want to mention, if you purchase the downloadable PDF, I do have a video that shows how to assemble the pattern pieces. In that video, it's the raglan sleeve pattern that I'm working with, but the process is exactly the same. So check that video out, and that will show you how to assemble the PDF if that's the version of the pattern that you purchased. All right, so you can see that this is a very simple pattern. If you have about 30 minutes, you can actually cut out the pieces and sew them together and have a pair of yoga pants to wear to the gym. Literally that fast. So this is like one of those instant gratification projects if you're looking for something to make yourself that doesn't require a lot of fussy fitting or lots of construction. It's got one seam per leg, and then it's got a waistband that you actually fold over and just stitch right onto the top of the legs after they're constructed. It's super easy to make. What I'm going to do is explain sizing. In the instructions, there is a size chart. You can see that it goes from sizes extra, extra small, which is a 37-inch high hip measurement, down to 50 for a high hip or a tummy measurement in the 3XL. So what you want to do is find the measurements that are closest to your body measurements and start with that size. That's going to get you very, very close. If you're between sizes, especially in the larger sizes where the sizes have a 3-inch jump, go down one size. Okay, so pick the size based on your hip and sort of tummy measurement, because the waist is not included in the leg pattern piece because we're going to make a separate custom waistband, and we'll take that into consideration then. So for now, we're dealing with the high hip or tummy measurement. I'm going to be working with the extra large size in this series of videos because I'm making a pair of yoga pants for my daughter to take to college. All right, so after you pick your size, you're going to trace your pattern piece, or you can cut it out if you're just going to be making that one size. I'm going to quickly trace mine so I can show you how easy that is. I've got this lovely tracing paper, and in addition to tracing it, I'm also going to show you how to make some simple adjustments to it. I'm going to show you how to change the rise. I do have a video on my YouTube showing how to lower the rise, so you can check that out on my J Stern Designs YouTube if you want to lower the rise. I'm going to show you how to raise the rise in this video. So if you want the top of the legs to come up just a little bit higher, I'm going to show you how to do that after we trace it. So I'm going to make the capri length. So this is where the capri length line is. So I'll start by just drawing that. And I'm going to be doing the extra large, which is this dashed line here. Let me just... Okay, and then I'm just going to quickly trace this. I'm going to reach over here and get this. All right, so I've got that part traced, and then because I know that this is a straight line, I'm just going to use my ruler again. All right, so what I want to do is I want to raise the rise a little bit in the front and a little bit less in the back. If you have a generous sized tummy, for example, you may want to give yourself a little bit more room in length for the leg pieces. So I'm going to actually add 2 inches in the front, and then I'm going to add 1 inch in the back. So the way you're going to do that is you're simply going to measure up 2 inches. So I'm going to switch colors now so you can see what I'm doing. This is where the original center front is. I'm just going to measure up 2 inches. I'm going to extend that the front crotch seam up 2 inches. Okay, so it looks like that. Then in the back, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm just going to do it an inch. So here's where the original seam ended, and I'm just going to extend that 1 inch like that. All right, and then all I have left to do is connect those two lines. Okay, so that raises my rise. Now, if you check the measurement chart and you needed, like let's say you needed the extra large for the legs, but you didn't need the extra large for, like, let's say you only needed a large for your tummy measurement, you can blend between sizes. So essentially, you know, my large is right here. So the way that would look is you would start out down here at your front curve, and as you come up towards the waist, you can blend right up to the where the large is, and it would sort of look like this. Okay, so you can blend from the extra large to the large. Okay, so that would be an example of doing it in the front. You can also blend out, like let's say you needed a bigger size at the tummy, you could start here and then trace in to where you need it for your legs. So keep that in mind, it's very easy to go between sizes. And in the back, it's actually easier, I don't have to involve the curve at all. I'm just gonna start at where the curve is at the top, and I'm just gonna draw a new straight line. Okay, so see how I shaved off about 1/4 inch at the center back and about, you know, a generous maybe 3/4 inch in the front. All right, so that's going to bring in the measurement at the tummy measurement. Okay, so that would be how you raise your rise. And then also, if you need a smaller size up at the top where your tummy measurement is, you can blend between sizes like that. Okay, so that's where the capri hem is marked on the pattern. I'm going to add about 2 inches in length to that to make them a little bit longer. So that's the first thing I'm going to do at the hem. All right, then the next thing I'm going to do is, this leg is not a really fitted leg at the, you know, from the knee down. It's not a super tight fit, and my daughter wanted a very snug fit around her knee and the top of her calf. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to measure in 1 inch on each side. I'm going to take 2 inches off, and then I'm just going to use my ruler, my French curve, and I'm just going to draw into this new, like that. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm taking it in a little bit at the bottom. All right, so if you need it to be a little bit snugger, that's how you would do it. Around the knee or high calf. Okay, so see how that looks? I'm actually getting rid of all this here and here. Okay, the other thing I forgot to transfer onto this pattern piece was the grain line. So make sure you draw the grain line so you can use that to line your fabric up on grain. Because I have the square on the mat below, I'm just going to use the grid behind her to recreate a grain line. All right, so I've got my grain line. All right, so now this pattern is ready for fabric. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut it out now.